Okay, here's the last test, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing if the new encoder can handle 4K. That's basically what this was all about. Says excellent. Says I'm live, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay, there we go. So theoretically, this should work. We'll see how choppy it is with the game running. If I can get this to work. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can actually play the video game without the shit like crashing. Not much. Testing out um to see if I can stream at a higher bit rate. What's up, Torg? Interesting. It's saying I shouldn't be streaming at 4K. So far, so good though. So I used to stream at 4K all the time, right, guys? And the problem with streaming at 4K was that I kept running into issues with the encoder not being able to keep up. But since I can stream at 4K, or I can stream with H H.265 instead of H.264, I'm trying to see if it works. if H.265 can actually keep up without overloading the encoder. And it seems to be working. But I need to get like a round in or something to make sure I'm not crazy and that this is actually working. It wasn't too bad. I should be recording a video right now. To be honest, that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. But I really wanted to see if this was going to work after I found out I could do it. So I had to change settings in my OBS for recording. I don't know if you guys ever notice it. There's like a sound in some of my recorded videos, but not on my live stream. And it was driving me batshit crazy. So I was trying to fix that. But yeah, while I was trying to fix that issue with the clicking sound, I ended up running into some knowledge that I could do H.265, and I was like, ooh, I wonder. Which one are you thinking about getting? Anybody still there? Drax or Chrono? I would... Yeah, those are the two I would go for. I'm not sure which one I would go for first, though. I like both of them. I think Thrax is slightly better than Chronos. You don't like the Rezakiri bond? It's 12%. It's only 8% if you haven't power surged it. Yeah, I figured that out like a month ago when I was going to make a video. I was like, why is hammer 8% and all the other weapons are 12%? Then I realized I had never power surged Rez's hammer. It really depends on the weapon. So Chrono outpaces it on outpaces the other weapons if it's a fast attack speed weapon. Usually, if you're playing a fast axe build, it'll outpace it on axe too. Honestly, I don't like Torg's axe though, to be honest. I know it gives you overpower, but the UE's kind of weak. Fuck, is the stream still going smooth? This is ridiculous. That's good shit. The delay doesn't seem to be too bad either. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so it's like a 6-second delay. It's literally like 1 second longer than if I stream in 1440p. That's pretty good. GPU usage is still pretty low. Yeah, Adrenaline's really good. I would run Adrenaline and Endurance. It works really good on Axe. I wouldn't run it on repeaters, though. Do not run Adrenaline on repeaters, my guy. Why what? Fastest way. Oh, why not run Adrenaline on repeaters? Well, you run Adrenaline on like maybe, you know, Tempest repeaters, but not actual repeaters. Not like a legit repeater build. Fastest way to level up weapons is probably 10 to 50 escalation, gauntlet, and hunting high level hunting grounds, like higher level than you're supposed to be. Okay, so I'm guess the X265 encoder is legit. Oh, why am I streaming so late? I'm testing out. So just today, Blood, I realized you can stream to YouTube using X265 instead of X264. So I'm just doing a little technical test to see if I can stream 4K and if my GPU encoder can keep up with X265 better than X264. So normally I can't stream 1080 or 4K because it'll get choppy. The encoder can't keep up. And so far it's being less resource intense than the X264 encoder. No, not a late stream, just technical test, but I actually had to go live to get a proper test. Yeah, I might have an actual live stream tomorrow. This was just, I was trying to fix, so Blood, I don't know if you've listened to like the audio in my videos, but there's usually like this sound every 20 to 30 seconds, and I was working on trying to track down the source of the issue in OBS, which I think I did. But while I was trying to sort that out, I came to the conclusion I could stream in 26x265, and that led me down another fucking rabbit hole. So tonight's been a battle of rabbit holes when I'm supposed to be recording a video for tomorrow. And now I'm just running through Gauntlet to test things. What escalation are you going to run for your first esca? Like first 10 to 13, first 10 to 50, or first heroic? Oh, nice. Pretty new to the game. That's for sure if you're running your first 10. So which element are you going with? Which one are you going to run first? Radiant. Ooh. Jumping right off the deep end. Yeah, if you don't have any legendary weapons yet, which you clearly don't, the Radiant's going to be the one that's going to take the longest to farm, but it's also going to be the most useful of all the weapons to farm. Did you watch my Blaze Escalation talent tree guide? That actually has some really good information on escalations in general. In that video, I explain how the talent tree for escalations work. So after you run like one or two of the escalations, I would definitely check out that video and then check out the video for whichever element you're running. Because I have the full guide in the Blaze. That's why that video is so long. And then in the other ones, I've got the just short, here's where you should put your talent points versions. I am not going to finish this. Yep, that's the end of that run. But that's not bad. This is working pretty good. Yeah, start with one to get your feet wet. I'd say shock's probably the easiest. But that's just me. But yeah, I would focus on them one at a time. Best thing to do is focus on them one at a time so you can level them up. Let me see, because I need to get in game anyways, because I need to figure out what the heroic is going to be tomorrow. That's something I really needed to do. Figure out what the heroic is tomorrow. So it's going to be shock. So I need to do the shock escalation tree. Cool. Shoot your question, Joe. I'm getting off here in just a second. This was just to test out some encoder settings to see if I could get my live stream running a little bit better than it was before. Always trying to improve quality. Yeah, they do. They haven't done one in a while. It's been a hot minute since they had a double XP weekend. We're kind of due for one, honestly. Normally they do it with the events, like the Springtide event. We should have expected. Everybody was expecting there to be a double XP weekend during the Springtide event, but there wasn't. But normally there is. It might be like every other event, because I know we got double XP for the Christmas event, right? So we might not get one for the Easter event, or we didn't get one for the Easter event. So whatever the next event is, we might get a double XP weekend then. During the holidays and in the summer is when they have more double XP weekends, though. Normally it's like, they normally do them when there's like, when kids are out of school. That's when they do the double XP. Honestly, that's usually when they do double XP. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I definitely need to get that ground up. All right, well, let's look at the shock escalation tree. That's what I'm going to be. I got to record and edit that video. So I'm just gonna look at this real quick, and then I got to get off and cook dinner, and then try to make this video before bed. So let's look at the shock escalation tree. Let's reset this dirty bitch. Yeah, this is going to be the last one of the escalation build guides too. I'll have all the talent tree guides done. This one's going to be rough. Hey, what's up, Fluffy? I heard there was a new person joining the Dauntless Hammer team. Glad to have you, mate. Seeing your hammer build video. Keep the content flowing. Will do, my guy. Yeah, I need to do more weapon. Need to do more. Oh, you're talking about the build video, not the how to play hammer. Yeah. I got more builds coming too. So this is what's on the content map right now, guys. The shock escalation talent tree video should be coming out tomorrow morning, and that's the end of the escalation talent tree videos. The next series of videos we're going to be doing is going to be the what is Gauntlet and how to play Gauntlet, or what is Gauntlet tips and tricks. Basically, this is Gauntlet, it's not scary, go do it video. And after that comes out, the rest of that series is going to be the builds that the top guilds in Dauntless are using right now for Gauntlet. So there's going to be, the first one coming out is going to be the support Warpike build, and then I'm going to be doing the rest of the weapons, like the meta for Gauntlet builds for all the weapons. So that's the plan right now. And then those are not going to be done by the time season 4 comes out. But when season 4 comes out, I'm going to be trying to mix it up. So we're going to have like 2 build videos a week, because there's going to be like the sword Gauntlet build, and then there's going to be whatever stuff I can figure out. Whatever stuff I can figure out with the new cells that come out in Gauntlet season 4. Yeah, even if Gauntlet changes, the builds aren't going to change that much. It's still going to be stagger strat. Dude, this talent tree is kind of cancer. Okay, so we want 3 executioner, right? And I want Zeiss. And I need this. And I want Zeiss. And I need this. And I want that. I need this. And I kind of want that. I definitely want full throttle. Definitely need that. Definitely need that. Definitely want that. And I still have 3 points. So if I don't max out Zeiss, I can finish off Thrill. Breath of Life is so good though. I guess it really boils down to you either get +2, you get the 2 points in Breath of Life, or you can take Lady Luck's Barrage. None of these other amps are going to be that good. So I guess, yeah, I guess it's going to boil down. You either can max out Breath of Life, or you can take one of the boss amps. Well, the builds I'm using, Fluffy, are the builds that so Frop's helping me out with this one. Frop gave me the builds that they use to clear like 600 plus. And those are the builds I'm going to be using for the build video for it. So these are going to be like the super in-game builds for Gauntlet. The thing is, they might not be the most optimal for the lower levels, but I feel like it'd be good to get used to them. So I think it'll be good though. I think it'll be so I don't know if the video is going to do well, but I think as a whole, I think the video is good for the community, because it's going to be more competition, more guilds getting into Gauntlet, because they can be less scared of Gauntlet. That's the whole idea. Is I'm trying to get there to be more people, less people trying to pug Gauntlet, and more people understanding why you don't do that, and getting organized and actually doing Gauntlet. From what I'm hearing, that Chronivore weapon is in most of the builds. I use Chronivore in most of the builds. It's not optimal in all the builds, but I use it in a lot of builds, Torg, because it is more new player friendly. So a lot of my build guides, after the build guide, if you go down in the video description, a lot of the newer ones are going to have like 3 or 4 links to the Dauntless Builder website. The first link is usually the one in the video or a more tanky version of the build. The second link is usually they are definitely focused on Gauntlet. The second link is either the one in the video or a slightly less tanky version of the build in the video. And then the third and fourth link, if there is a third or fourth link, is like the big damage energy version of the build where it's just like fuck survivability. So that's going to be the big thing. A good example of that is the sword build, which I need to update the links in the sword build video because my dumbass left sharpened on version 3 and 4 of the build. The version 3 and 4 of that build was supposed to have endurance instead of sharpened. But I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I posted the wrong links or copied the link before I finished the build. So those need to be updated. But a lot of the builds will be like that. A lot of the newer ones. I'm trying to make it a habit now to post like 3 or 4 versions of the build. And the reason why the sword build has sharpened in it, and I did not find out, I forgot to take sharpen off of it until earlier today when somebody asked, like, why do you have sharpened on this build? I have sharpened on the on the super tanky version of the build because that one's focused at new players and the build uses reuse at that point. So that to trigger the reuse with a newer player that's running defensive some defense in their build, and them being kind of a scattered brain new player and not knowing to focus on one part, the sharpen is going to make reuse happen whether or not they focus on a single part. And then the second version of the build is using Tempest. So it's a little less tanky, but I'm still accounting for you're a new player and you're probably not going to focus on a part. So I put Sharpen in there. So if they do activate Tempest, the extra damage from Sharpened should guarantee that part break to trigger reuse. Version 3 and 4 of the build, though, are Revenant and Discipline, and those were supposed to be Catalyst and Endurance. All of the builds have Adrenaline on them, but only version 3 and 4 were going to run Endurance and Catalyst instead of Reuse, and yeah. So I'm trying to make it so the build guide is usually showing like the new player friendly version. In the links there's a even newer player version, or it shows the new player friendly version of a relatively good new player. And then there's going to be another link for I need more defense. And then the other 2 links are going to be I know what the hell I'm doing, but I need a build. That's what the last 2 links are. So and that's kind of how I'm trying to focus the build videos. I do not like the shock escalation tree. I have not reforged this or reset this tree in so long. It kind of gives me a headache. Yeah, I think P-Labs is trying to change that though. I think they're kind of over the adrenaline meta. And I think they're trying to break it. That's my opinion, at least. Because they've made some pretty decent attempts at trying to break the adrenaline meta. They haven't stuck, but they're trying. Just like Revenant. Like Revenant was like the go-to for, I mean, maybe at higher level you switch over to Discipline in Gauntlet Season 2. But Season 3, Revenant was like the shit for Season 3. Now you can't play Revenant in Season 4 or Season 3. Revenant was good in Season 1, Season 2, but now it's like dookie for Season 3 Gauntlet. So they're trying to shake stuff up. And like Artificer is really damn good right now. Discipline is... They really need to rethink this 50% reduced healing. Like they could change that to 25% maybe. Discipline and push pull is still kind of toxic. Not gonna lie. I wish the OBS's chat window updated as quick as the website. I mean, it might take them a while because they just added the drop cell, which only makes adrenaline more popular. Yeah, except for nobody runs drop. Like, nobody runs drop. Like, if you're. So, I usually recommend people run drop when they're learning adrenaline, and then they quit running drop when they realize that it's a waste. Like, it's a good sell for learning. Or if you're playing like adrenaline on repeaters and you don't want to dodge a lot. But I think the only place that drop is actually a DPS increase might be adrenaline repeaters. Because the only way you lose stamina is by dodging. And dodging is just such a fucking waste. Yeah, Grace is pretty good. Well, Grace is good if you're going for a Tempest. I'm still pissy about the golden claws. Like, I wish they didn't put nimble on it. I understand that part break or part damage is not optimal, but at least if it didn't have nimble on it, you could make a pair of like adrenaline part break strikers. It would be better than what we can do with them right now. So, yeah, those strikers need a shot of steroids. They're not bad. They're just so far off meta. So far off meta that it's hard to make them feel good. And I don't like the idea of trying to force them into a full Tempest build because yeah. So this is my opinion on them. They fucked up with the Silver Sword. Because Silver Sword in some cases is meta. And they didn't want to make another time-gated weapon that was meta for certain fights. But I think in their attempt to make sure they didn't do that, they kind of messed it up. Because they don't have to be like better than everything else. But they have to be as good as everything else. And the Golden Claws honestly are not. That's the problem. You can't throw the meta build on them and expect good performance out of them because nimble is counterintuitive to the current meta. You can't really run a Tempest build on them. Well, I mean, you can, but the amount of number crunching I've done on the Golden Claws for Tempest gives me a migraine because you've got Bladestorm on it. So is it better to go Bladestorm sharpened or is it better to go move speed? Is it better to go a mix of move speed and part damage, or is it better to go all out move speed and say fuck the Bladestorm? And because Tempest numbers are a roller coaster of emotions, good luck figuring out which one actually does more damage. Because I'll tell you right now, it is not easy. I have put 8 hours into trying to figure out how to build Tempest the best way possible with Striker, with the Golden Claws. And I've decided that the best way to do it is to just say, I don't care about the best way to do it, and make a hybrid build where you do good damage and your Tempest hits are bigger than normal if you were playing Tempest on a normal build. Possibly. It is possible that when you get to Vitality, that those might actually be meta. Well, they also have attack speed on them too. So maybe that's what they were targeting. Maybe those are going to be meta in season 4. And so there's a couple reasons I got them. There's a couple reasons I put the effort into getting them. Number 1, I needed to make content on them. Number 2, I needed to make content on them.
Number 3, season 4 sales. Okay, season 4 sales.
And hear me out on this one. Silver Sword dropped. It was good. Season 3 came out, and we got Earth. And the Silver Sword and Earth are like a match made in monster hunting heaven. Okay? So I'm wondering if the reason we can't find a good enough build for the Golden Claws is because
we don't have the magic sauce yet until season 4 of Gauntlet.
So that's what I'm really curious about. I'm thinking one of the season 4 cells might be really good with the Golden Claws. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Maybe something that makes the Nimble make sense. Because the Silver Sword Galvanize, good. Galvanize is just good, okay? Guardian wasn't great, but Guardian was useful. Yeah, that's why, like, I don't even know what kind of cell would actually make those things work, though. It could be something that, you know, makes that attack speed buff easier to consistently obtain, because fire ain't it. Fire is not it, boss. Fire's not the secret sauce. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm really curious about the season 4 cells, because the season 1 cells were kind of boo-boo. The season 2 cells were really good. The season 3 cells were kind of boo-boo. Not gonna lie, like, Earth is okay. Earth is very niche, but Earth is not bad. But fire is kind of dookie. And water is dog shit. So I'm thinking season 4, we're going to get like another round of really good cells again. Because I mean, Earth is good, but it's not recycle. It's good, but it's not reused or even reduce. Assassin's Frenzy and some other speed cells might make them meta. I honestly don't think so. And this is why. Because your monster's already giving you attack speed. If you hit low life and get the attack speed off them, and you're running Blitz Tonic, you're already at attack speed cap. So it's just some way to trigger that 30% health. Some consistent way to do it. Yeah, Savit's cancer, my guy. Savit is cancer. All right, guys. I got to get off here and go make the wife food before she kills me. But and then record video or go to sleep. One of the two. Anyways, good night, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by, even though I was just testing to see if the encoder worked good. Appreciate it. Yeah, I might live stream tomorrow though. If not, it will be this weekend. Yeah, it's going to be weird.